Hello and welcome to the National Research Mentoring Network's webinar. We are thrilled to have you here. Today we would like to show you a couple of new features on the network. So we have myself, Alexis Short. I'm the Digital Communications Strategist for the National Research Mentoring Network, and I'm going to show you some of the website features. And we also have Ms. Katie Stinson, who is our virtual community strategist as well for our National Research Mentoring Network, and she's going to show you some of the functionalities on the accounts page as well as the virtual mentoring. So very excited to have you guys here, and welcome to the webinar. Okay, so let's get started. As you can see, we are on the National Research Mentoring Network's webpage, and I want to direct you to this step one here. So we've actually categorized our resources by career stage. So if you notice, for graduate students and PhDs, this will all be relevant information for you. So I just wanted to highlight some of that functionality. And of course, our mission is just a great reminder. We're here to diversify the biomedical research and STEM fields by offering virtual mentorship, professional development, and of course, imploring challenges of diversity, inclusivity, and culture. So thank you so much, and here we go. So wanted to point out our team members here. We have Dr. Vishwanatha as well as Tufik Ahmed, and these are our principal investigators and our co-investigator. And if you have any questions surrounding the network, or if you have any interest in partnering, please do contact Ms. Damaris, and her email notification is right there. Also, if you have any questions surrounding how to get matched on the network or how to utilize some of the features, please do email Miss Katie Stinson. She'd be more than happy to address those components. And of course, my contact information is here as well. If you're interested in potentially co-hosting a Twitter chat webinar, there's multiple possibilities for our collaborations. Wonderful. So that's just a quick little introduction of who we are. Now I'd like to showcase some of the resources that we have available to you. As I mentioned, I'm going to go through some of the external components on NRMNet, and Katie is going to dive into the components behind the registration. So here we go. So we have a suite of virtual webinars that we offer for you. We have this website. We also have an NRMN newsletter. And I highly encourage you to sign up if you haven't. That way you can stay in the know about upcoming webinars or potential social media activities. And you could do so by signing up here, which is also located on the newsletter. So you can subscribe to the NRMN newsletter right here. Also, we have the NRMN Career Development webinars. This is actually just a really nice showcase of some of the resources available to you. So leadership in the academy, what graduate students and postdocs writing NIH grants need to know, digging deeper, doing better research, science, and the messiness of engaging cultural diversity. So I highly encourage you to explore some of these components that we've created for you. And that is located under our videos section under resources, career development webinars. Okay, and as I've mentioned, the invitation to sign up for NRMN newsletter is located on our main navigation bar, so please do sign up if you have not already. And we also have an events page, so all of our upcoming activities, any conferences that we're going to be in attendance at, any upcoming workshops, presentations, webinars such as the Transitioning Research Independence, Funding and Grantsmanship Opportunities, things of that nature, will all be housed on this events page. So I highly encourage you to explore some of these events that are happening this month. Okay. Additionally, so we do have the NRMN newsletter that disseminates to over 22,000 subscribers nationwide, but we wanted to aggregate all of that content into one space. So we have an NRMN blog. And this is just some really great space to get your pulse on the NRMN community, some of our updated Mentor of the Month features, how NRMN is supporting and motivates graduate students. We have additional opportunities, perspectives from NRMN U24 leadership, and it's just a really great way to explore the NRMN community. Also, we have a partnership option. So we are 100% committed to increasing diversity in the biomedical and STEM research fields. And if you have any ideas or interest in becoming an NRMN partner, we highly encourage you to reach out to us by either sending an email to info@nrmnet.net, or you can also scan this little QR code here, and that will take you to a partner registration form. So here we ask you a little bit about you and how we can help, but this is just a really great way to initiate the partnership request and start those ideas of collaboration. Okay. And also, if you are not signed up on our NRMNet Twitter account, I highly encourage you to do so. We love to stay active and we love to showcase some of the activities happening in your networks. So do follow us at nrmnet.net, and please do follow us on the Facebook page as well. Additionally, we have a NRMN YouTube channel where we will actually house all of these career development webinars and resources for you to view. Alrighty, so and if you have any further questions, please do enter your questions within the Q&A portion of the screen, and we will address those at the end of the presentation. But at this point, I'm going to transition and pass it over to Miss Katie Stinson. Thank you.
Sorry, I just realized I was on mute. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. Let me get my screen pulled up really quick. Okay, sorry, that was not what I wanted to share. Hang on just a second. All right, you should all be able to see my screen now. We are officially in the MyNRMN platform. Now, this is NRMN's virtual community, and it's our networking and mentoring platform. So basically, it's very similar to a LinkedIn and Facebook all combined and strictly focused just for people in the STEM community. So as Alexis said, we have just over 13,000 members right now, which are all STEM community members across the nation. So this is a great place for you to come in and collaborate with your fellow colleagues, other people that are going through the same situations as you, and even other people that are above or below in your level where you are now. So that way you can either reach back and help others get to where you are now, or even reach forward and get help from those who have already been where you are. So just to get started, I'll go through and show you what's in the dashboard section. So again, this is set up very similarly to a Facebook page where you've got your newsfeed here, and anybody that you are connected to, similar to being friends with, but anyone you're connected to or any groups that you're involved in, really anything that you've reached out and networked with within this platform, you're gonna see within your newsfeed. So you can see some of the groups that I'm involved with, you can see some of the people that I'm connected to, and really see how we've connected there. Then we've also got this My Program section. So this is actually tied into the My Mentor, which I'll get into last. But within the My Mentor platform, there is the option to either join the NRMN functionality of it, which is the My Mentor, or if you're involved in a group or your institution or any entity that you're involved with, if they want to have their own exclusive environment where you all only connect with one another, then that's where we can have a separate program for you and actually something that's signature just for your group or organization. Then we do have an event timeline that ties into our My Calendar functionality. Now, lots of these different entities over here that we're going to go over have a calendar functionality, have a way to schedule events, have a way to schedule meetings with one another, and all of that features into the timeline here. So everything will focus into what's in this calendar, and you can even go in and add and subtract things. If you're a professor, you can even set your office hours. I mean, it's very robust so that you're able to actually go in and make this what you need it to be for yourself. Then once you become an NRMN member and you have access to this, you'll notice that you do fill out a series of 17 profile questions, and all of those factor into our recommendations for you. So that way we can help you network with people that maybe you might not have even thought about because they're outside of your institution, outside of your region, maybe even outside of your specific area of focus, but there's something that's adjacent or related to that. And similarly within that, we also have recommended groups that use that same algorithm functionality as well. So diving into the first of these, I'm not going to cover everything mentioned over here because some of it is very intuitive, and I'm really going to dive into the stuff that I think is going to be the most beneficial for you to get started. And then from there, you're definitely welcome to go in and explore everything else. But so first I'm going to dive into this My Journals feature. So what this is a place where you can basically set up your own blog. So what you can do is go in and create your own journal title. Enter any tags, that way it's easier to search and that way other people can find what you're doing. You can also designate whether you want this to be private, meaning that it's only going to show up with people that you're connected to, or it can be public, and that way it's going to show up in the MyNRMN community. And within this, you can just write what's going on with your day, talk about stuff that you want to share. And, you know, we've got just so many examples of people that have utilized this. Something else that's really great about whenever you make this public is that this is one of the 2 ways for you to reach out and actually talk to everyone within the MyNRMN community as a whole. So generally, whenever you're reaching out to people, whenever you search for people to make connections with them, you're reaching out one-on-one. If you want to ask questions and reach out to a mentor and make a connection that way, you're going to reach out to individual mentors one-on-one. But this is a way where you can actually connect with the entire MyNRMN community and actually access all of them at once. So you can see here, people have talked about grant writing. Some of them have posted about internships. Some have talked about their abstracts. Others have talked about what they want to do at upcoming conferences. So this is just a way for you to really keep a tap on the community, and then also for you to interact with the community as a whole. Next, we're going to dive into the My Groups feature. Now, this is one of our more popular features on the site, and it's because it's really a great way for people to interact with each other without reaching out to the whole community, but reaching out to people that are more similarly focused. So there are groups on here that are specific to different organizations, such as the Retool group or PDRT. SOBP also has a group on here. Or we've also got stuff that is an opportunity board, which actually will highlight any opportunities that we have. Some of that is stuff that we post ourselves, and others of it is actually posted by people within the community. So you can go in there and see internship opportunities, summer research programs, calls for abstracts for different conferences. So there's just a lot of opportunities within the opportunity board, which is so aptly named. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and just talk about this group, the NRMN at ACES, SACNAS, and ABRCMS. So we hit up a lot of the conferences during the fall conference season, and so we have a group that's designated for, you know, any information that we give out during that time. So I'm going to use this group as an example to show you how you can interact with groups and even create your own. So whenever you go to open up a group, it's going to look like this. So you're going to see that you have the news feed going here. This is a photo that can be, or an image that can be customized. You can see any files that have been uploaded. You can see any events that have been tagged to it. You can see the owners of the group and members within the group itself. And then also just any relevant events that you personally have starred or liked. And then you can also customize and see by date and other hashtags that have been involved in there. So this is just what a group looks like whenever it's already existing and running. But you can also start your own group, and that's open to anybody. It's not just administrators, it's not just mentors, it's anybody who wants to create a group can do so. And how you do that is whenever you are in the My Groups, you simply click create a new group. It's that easy. And whenever you go in here, you're going to create a name for your group. Now, obviously this one's filled out, and I wanted just to show you that way you can see the capacity of it. But you can create a name for your group, add in a description, put in any tags that you think will make it easier for people to search for your group, and then designate a group type. And this is very important. So you can suggest, or you can set it up as a public group, which means that anybody can search for it and anybody can join it. You can set it up as a private group so that it is not searchable at all, and everybody that is in the group has to be invited. You can set it up as invite only, which means that it is searchable by the broad community, but everyone has to request an invite before they can actually join. Or you can set it up as an announcements page, and that is very similar to the Facebook fan pages. So it would just be someone that's able to subscribe to announcements that are made from within that page. Additionally, each individual group, regardless how it's designated, has its own unique URL. And this can actually be changed to whatever your group is. So if you want to make a biology group, you could change this to the word biology. And that way you would have your own unique URL with biology at the end. So that way it's easier to access and remember by your users. Then you can also attach multiple resources. You can enable group notifications so that whenever something is posted, people will be notified of it via email. You can designate owners, and then you can invite members as well. Then at the very bottom, you're allowed to upload an image. That way that can show up there. Then once you have everything done and created, you'll not only see your group here, but you'll also be able to access it via that URL. And this is a way that you can actually invite people to join the group, even if they're not members of NRMN. And this way it'll walk them through the registration process and dump them right into the group itself. So that way it's very easy access and very user-friendly. So next, I'm going to go in and show you probably what is our next most popular feature, which is the My CV Resume Builder. So within this, I'm sure you're all familiar that these STEM CVs and resumes are quite extensive, very different from the business resumes, and that these involve so much more information. And if you've never created one of these before, it can be quite intimidating and daunting. So this is just an easy way to kind of walk you through it and make sure that you've got everything on there that you need. So here is some of my information. I haven't put everything on here, but I just wanted to give you an example. So you can fill out whatever you want on here. For example, there's nothing on here that is a required piece of information. So if you don't have that yet, or if it's something you don't want to share, you can just leave that off. Additionally, you can pick a color. It does automatically upload your profile picture. However, you can see I've chosen not to display that within my CV. And then you can also go through all the steps to include your education, work experience, skills, and all the rest of it. So once you get everything in here and exactly as you like it, click Publish. From there, it'll generate this unique URL. So then once you click Go, it will actually open it up into its own separate website. And this is really awesome. You can use this kind of like you would a Scopus ID or an ORCID ID. I've even seen people generate a QR code from this URL and put it on their business cards. So this is just a great way to share your CV with people without necessarily having to send them an attachment at all times. So, and you can see that everything is on here. Additionally, if you do need to have an attachment or a PDF, simply click Download, and this is what it will provide you. And then you can save this and print it out as needed, or even upload it into the any applications that you have as well. So finally, I'm going to dive into our My Mentor. Now, My Mentor is our one-on-one guided virtual mentoring platform. So what that means is that a user or a mentee or mentor can come into the system and say that they want to join as a mentor or join as a mentee. From there, if they're a mentee, they then get to select which program path they want to join. And that the choices are post-baccalaureate, the choices are undergraduate, post-baccalaureate, postdoctoral, junior faculty, graduate, and that's it. Once you pick that, then you select a mentor. And from there, you are entered into a long-term mentoring connection. Typically, based on the prompts, the connections tend to last anywhere from 4 to 5 months. However, that is all completely customizable, and it can change as much as you need it to be what you need to make for this. So within this whole entire connection, you'll receive weekly discussion prompts. Again, that can be changed depending upon your schedule, but you'll receive weekly discussion prompts and then meet up with your mentor, ideally on a weekly basis for probably about 30 minutes. And within this, you'll be going through these sets of goals and tasks in order to really just kind of make some self-discoveries to help you become the best person you can to help you advance through your career and education. So within this mentoring platform, we don't just focus on your day-to-day and what you need to do next in your experiment, or how to make sure you get your abstract written. It's more focused on looking at who you are as a person and looking at your cultural aspects and really diving into who you are and how you can make that your most confident and make that your most confident self to move forward. Now you're certainly able to go in and add things in there, such as how to work on an abstract, or what do I do with the experiment and the next thing that I do. And the way you do that is by adding a goal, and you can go in and add and make whatever you need. But as you can see here, we've got all these goals lined up for you already. And all of these are completely customizable. You can see this is a demo account for mine, so some of these are overdue and random ones are complete. We do encourage you to go through these in order, but as you can see, obviously that's not mandatory. You can pick and choose as you need to, and you are welcome to adjust the due dates and all of that. And in fact, whenever you're going through here, we've got a timeline set up where it's easy for you to see how everything is laid out. So you can see the orange are mine that are overdue, the green are ones that I have completed, and the blue is what's upcoming. And then you can shorten or extend these however you need, just to make it as visually representative as you need it to be. And you can even still add goals from the screen as well. You can see we also have access to your mentoring calendar, which is the same thing as the calendar over here. It's just how these are tied up into it, but it's just some easy access to it. So next I'll show you what it actually looks like inside a goal. So for this one, I decided to use goal 17, utilizing your network. You can see we've got a video tied in here. And then from there, we've got a prompt that you can read through, and then suggested talking points for you to go through as well. And those are our tasks. So for each of these, they're just a recommendation for how to guide your discussion. But if you and your mentor want to take it in a different direction, you are more than welcome to do that. And we certainly encourage that. However, if you or your mentor do want to say that, hey, you know what, let's put in, like, let's add in an extra article in here. Let's do something in here. Let's create an assignment and make something you need to upload. You can do that all right here, and you can discuss all the goals here and even share files through this. Additionally, within these, we make it so that you can not only talk here and share messages back and forth, but you also can set up appointments with one another and actually set up virtual meetings with them, or do IM discussions, just depending upon what your capabilities are with your own computer and internet setup and what you guys are most comfortable with. So we make it so that you can do all of your communications within this platform without having to share personal information unless you choose to do so. Now I'll show you really quickly how to actually edit these goals. So all you do is click edit. And then from there, you can go in and truly change every aspect of this. And you can make any changes to this that's necessary. You can really change any aspect that you want through this to make it exactly what you need it to be for yourself. And one of the great things about this is that we call these goals SMART goals, so that way you actually do have a little more structure to work through them, but they're also set up in a mirrored format. And what that means is that you and your mentor are all going to see the exact same goals even whenever they're edited. So whenever you make an edit to the due date on this, the same edit is going to be reflected whenever your mentor opens it. If you decide to change this to be a completely different sentence, then whatever you change it to is going to be exactly what your mentoring partner sees as well. So you're able to go through and make this what you need it to be without having to necessarily go with so much back and forth and, you know, rearranging of everything, and really just customize this that way you get out of this what you need to. So that about wraps up everything that's within the MyNRMN platform. As I said, I'm just going through some of the highlights of these, but there's so much more in here. For example, we have this Ask a Mentor feature, which is similar to a Reddit feed, and that's another way that you can reach out to the entire MyNRMN community as a whole. We also have My Files, which is a repository, and there's just so many robust features on here, and I encourage you, if you have any questions while you're going through here, please reach out to me. You can utilize that info@nrmnnet.net as our email address, or you can use that little mail icon next to my photo on our team page. So if you guys have any questions, definitely let us know. You can also enter in any questions into the chat and we will start fielding those now.
Alrighty, folks. So I don't see any questions so far, but Just as a reminder, we will be placing this recording on NRMNet's YouTube channel, so please do hit that subscribe button for upcoming notifications. Also, I highly encourage you to sign up to the network just to enjoy some of these features and utilize the full capacity that NRMNet has to offer you. So, okay, we do have one question. This seems kind of overwhelming on where to start, but thank you for the great resources. Yes, Tamara, we are more than happy to help. If you're confused about anything, please do shoot us an email. We would be more than happy to walk you through the process. Yes, there is a lot of information available on the website, but as I mentioned before, we are here to help you guys.
Absolutely. And if anyone ever does need a personalized demonstration, please know that we don't just do this for groups like what we're doing right now. If you need some additional like one-on-one help, reach out to us and we are more than welcome to reach out and set up another demonstration and actually just walk you through and answer questions as we go through it. So please feel free to do so. We're happy to help with that.
Yes, so we do encourage members of the STEM community to sign up and utilize these resources. I know Katie touched on the registration process a little bit, and we do require about 15 to 17 questions, and we utilize that information to input into the algorithm to optimally match you. So there are going to be professionals on the network that have similar interests. We just highly encourage you to fill out your account profile in its entirety to leverage the search engine optimization, the full capacity of it. So yes, please do join our network. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining. And as I mentioned again, we will be sharing this on our NRMN YouTube channel. Oh, we got one more question. Okay. Katie, would you like to take this one?
Yes, we have another question from Tamara. Is this something that a newer professor should be signing up for? I have a 30% scholarship designation of my time. So yes, I highly encourage new professors to sign up for this. We have a focus specifically for junior faculty. This is really helping to get you acclimated from going from the student field of it to actually running your own curriculum and running your own lab and doing your own research. So yes, I do highly encourage this. And this is just such a great way for people that are especially new in their positions or even transitioning from one position to another to really come in and find somebody who's already doing what you want to do, or even find somebody else who maybe is a junior faculty, but they're a year or two ahead of you. Just that way you can follow in their footsteps and see what paths they navigated and how they would change what they did. And, you know, if they have any advice for how to proceed forward. But yes, we actually have a lot of people that come in our junior faculty. In fact, that is a large, and unfortunately I don't have the numbers in front of me, but that is a large proportion of who's in our network are junior faculty, especially on the mentee side of it. And that's strictly just the, you know, you're coming in and you're brand new to something, and any help that you have can be much appreciated. So yes, I definitely recommend it for any newer professors and faculty.
Great. Katie, next question. We have William. So would this platform be able to support a developmental award, like a K award, for mentoring purposes when the mentor and mentee are not local? Yes.
So, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alexis.
Oh, no, please dive in.
Oh, okay. So I have to admit, I'm not 100% familiar with the K award. So I just want to make sure that whenever I'm answering this, it is for people that are 18 years or up. We do specifically cater to those that are over 18 and already starting in their undergraduate. So that's where I wasn't sure about that award. But yes, this is great for purposes that are especially connecting mentors and mentees that are not located in the same area. In fact, we have so many people that match together that are nowhere near one another. And this is especially beneficial for people that are in smaller areas, maybe even rural areas, where there just aren't enough mentors to go around, and maybe not enough mentors that are specific to their particular focus. And so you do reach out to people across the country. And we do so all mentees are within the United States, and mentors can be from wherever. And so this is definitely a great capacity for people to reach out to people that are not local to them.
Yes, and additionally, I would just also add that there is the opportunity to create an exclusive environment within our MyMentor platform. So to be able to enter your mentors and mentees to be able to collaborate, even though they are not located in the same regard. So we can absolutely continue the conversations further offline, and we do have your contact information. So yes, that is a possibility. Okay, next question. So as a postdoc, could you sign up to be both a mentor and a mentee? Do you have a recommendation on how I can receive career advice as a postdoc, but also offer advice to PhD students?
So this is such a great question. I'm so glad you asked this. So I don't know if you're aware, NRMN had a phase 1, and we were just refunded back this past July, and we've now entered into our second phase of NRMN. So we were so excited about it. But with that has come a few changes and a few upgrades. And unfortunately, we are still working on adding back in the upgrade of people being able to be both a mentee and a mentor at the same time. However, that doesn't mean that you're not able to do exactly what you're wanting to do, which is both receive mentoring and offer mentoring. So what I would recommend for you in this situation, since you're a postdoc, if you wanted to do like the MyMentor feature of this and actually enter into that long-term extended connection, and you wanted to do that as a mentee to get things for yourself, then I would recommend signing up in the platform as a mentee. Then as you go through here, you can actually look into that My Journals feature, go and join groups, and you can also look at the questions that are posted on Ask a Mentor and actually reach out to people individually like that. Additionally, as you connect with people, you'll be able to find other mentees and maybe even find some mentees that are within your same focus and just reach out to them and say, hey, you know what, I've been where you are. Do you want to talk about it? Do you need help with anything? And you can even, as you connect with people, even offer that up and post that on your timeline and just say, hey, you know what, I'm open to helping other people. How can I reach out to you? So yes, this definitely is while we don't have the technical capability set up right now, this still has the ability for you to be able to open up to this and make it what you want it to be exactly for yourself.
Great. I love that concept of, you know, the mentoring life cycle and giving back to the community and nurturing the next generation of scientists and STEM professionals. So we love that concept. Representation matters, and hashtag NRMN mentoring matters. So we are thrilled to be able to invite you to this webinar. And as I mentioned before, please do sign up to the network. We would love to have mentors and mentees and increase our national reach even more. So thank you so much, Ms. Katie Stinson, and we look forward to seeing you on our next webinar. We do host these on every 3rd of the month, so feel free to invite your students, your colleagues, your cohorts, family, friends, what have you, to leverage these resources that we have available to you guys. So as I mentioned, we host these informative webinars on the 3rd Monday of the month. We did change this particular one just due to the holiday schedule, and we wanted to make sure that everybody could attend. So the next one will be on January 20th, and we thank you very much for attending today and hope you have a wonderful week. Take care.